Principal Kofele, we are live. Are you ready to do this, brother?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
KTTeeV, giving you what you need. Motivation, education unleashed. H-Town representing, we forever keep it rolling. Join the conversation with inspirational stories. Thought-provoking, feel that energy. Kendrick Thomas aiming to lift the community. True indeed, tune in, come and see. Giving you what you need. KTTeeV, let's go. KTTeeV.
What it do, KTTeeV? This is KT, and you are welcome to the inaugural edition of the Education Unleashed podcast with none other than KT and my special guest, education consultant, principal for life, the man himself, Principal Kofele. How you doing today, brother?
I'm on fire. I'm blazing. Having a great day and looking forward to having this conversation with you.
Yes, sir. Man, I sure appreciate your time. As we talked a little bit off the air, you told me about the moving around you've been doing, all the podcast interviews. And so I just appreciate you, man, for wrapping up the day with us and giving me that opportunity to just talk to you. I talk to you so much about your inspiration for such a lot of things. So looking forward to this conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, before we get into that, though, I do like to do a wellness check. Because mental health is wealth. So how are you and how are you feeling as you do that journey of educating and speaking and consulting?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. You know, I take care of myself. I hit the treadmill today with all the hours that I've been speaking today. I still managed to get that 40 minutes in today on that treadmill to just keep that blood circulating. You know, I had a heart attack 7 years ago, so I gotta make sure that I do the right things, eat right, so that I can stay alive.
Man, and with that that heart attack, as we get older, I'm 42, and so I'm looking at things don't heal the way they used to. They don't go away like they supposed to. Yeah. And so, what was one of the biggest things you think led on that heart attack, and what was the biggest change that you made?
Yeah, it was all diet. That was my heart attack was preventable. Sometimes they're not, but mine was fully preventable. I was eating fast food like it was going out of style, and my main artery clogged up on me 100% in the middle of a keynote address at the University of Miami on May 1, 2015. And it happened. It was a 60-minute keynote, so 30 minutes in, approximately 30 minutes in, bam. But I didn't know what it was, so I finished the speech. So I did another 30 minutes undergoing a heart attack, and the pain was indescribable. But I didn't know what I thought it was, gas, bad food, I don't know, but I didn't think I was literally standing there dying, and that's essentially what I was doing. So the doctors were able to save my life by getting me to the hospital in time, putting a stent in the artery, and then diagnosing that I also contracted type 2 diabetes with the heart attack. So it was a double whammy that night. But here I am, much lighter. I'll be 62 in a few days, but I'm feeling like I'm 25. So, I'm good. Yeah, taking care of myself.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, well, happy early birthday, first off.
Yeah, I mean, it's saying a few days. Actually, it's not till October, but
okay,
it's coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, man, I don't even know if you need too much of an introduction to my audience, but for the people that don't know what you do, man, can you just tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, started off as a teacher in New York City in 1988, and then came on back home to my state, New Jersey, and taught there for 7 years, and then went on and became a principal and did that for 14 years. They tell me I did some phenomenal things, so I'll take it. So we did that. But in the meantime, while I was doing that work, I was writing. So I wrote my first book in 1991, soon after my first year as a teacher. And it became an Essence magazine #1 bestseller. It was called A Black Parent's Handbook to Educating Your Children Outside of the Classroom. And it, that book was my full-time job. I used to hustle it all over New York City and New Jersey on a daily basis, wake up and just hustle my books. and there was a black books market in place during those days. So it was being sold in black bookstores all over the nation in different parts of the world. That market is that network is really not in place like it used to be anymore. There's just a few of those stores. But anyway, then went on and got hooked up with ASCD, which is the biggest professional development company and probably on the planet, but they're also a publisher. So they've been publishing me now for a while. They've published 8 of my books of the 12 that I've written. So and then I'm a speaker. I'm a speaker, consultant, keynoter, all that kind of thing. And that's what I do for a living. I run my mouth all day, every day somewhere, whether it be in person or virtually. But this is something that I built with my hands out of nothing. When I left my principalship 11 years ago, I had no clients, but I stepped away on faith and I built this business that I have now called Principal Kafele Consulting.
Come on, man. That's the biggest piece about it. With so much, I was doing the podcast before this season, and I was covering so many aspects of the community, right? I want to teach them about finance. I want to talk about our health, our wealth. And so after that, I was thinking like, okay, it's time to really hone back in and let's develop that craft, because when I step out, and take that leap of faith, you got to have that bridge, right? So let's get back into what we know, and we'll take it from there. Now, one of the books that you wrote touched my soul, and it was the springboard for so many of my wins as a male educator. I remember sending you my news clip, just to talk about things which I created from that book, Motivating Black Males to Achieve in School and in Life. And so I'm gonna paint the picture of how I got that book, Principal Kafele.
Okay.
I'm in College Station, Texas.
Okay.
We have a staff that is other than African American, 94%, but we have an African American population of students that is 76%.
Okay.
And so coming out of Texas A&M, that was a real big issue on that, sympathy versus empathy. And so the thing was, I wanted to use this book to have a book study with the teachers to kind of build that bridge to kind of help them more understand what we was doing. And so that's when I ended up reading the book. That was the purpose. And from that came the book club. So thinking about 2009, who was the guy that wrote that book, and why was it so appropriate for that time?
Yeah, that was me. My first book written under that publisher, ASCD, and, Association for Supervision Curriculum Development. And at that time, everybody was talking about they were raising the question, what's wrong with Black males? Why are we not connecting with Black males? And my answer has been consistent for all these years. There's nothing wrong with Black males. It's just that we've got folks in classrooms that don't know how to reach them, don't know how to connect with them, don't think that they can be generic, and whatever I use with one group is going to work with the next group, going to work with the next group. And it doesn't work that way. So I wrote a book, that particular book, to talk to that educator who was struggling. And a lot of that content is dealing with being culturally relevant, introducing youngster to his or her own history, in this case, his history, his story, so that he has a sense of who he is beyond the name on the birth certificate, and understanding what his role is